Welcome, dear friends. Today, we will journey back in time over 2,500 years ago to a gentle retelling of the Buddha's birth and his timeless message of kindness. This story is not only about the life of a great teacher, but also about the values of compassion, peace, and wisdom that continue to inspire millions. Imagine a world filled with uncertainty, where people searched for meaning and guidance. Out of that world, a child was born, destined to shine a light on the path of truth. This is the story of Prince Siddhartha, later known as the Buddha. Before Siddhartha was born, Queen Maya, the mother of the Buddha, had a special dream. One night, she saw a gentle white elephant carrying a lotus flower enter her side. This dream was interpreted as a divine sign. The wise men said it meant that a great soul was about to be born. Someone who would either become a mighty king or a spiritual teacher who would guide the world toward peace. The king and queen felt joy and reverence, sensing that their child would not be ordinary, but would bring hope to humanity. The day came when Queen Maya traveled to her parents' home to give birth. On the way, she stopped in the beautiful Lumbini garden, filled with blossoming flowers and singing birds. There, beneath a tree, she gave birth to Siddhartha. It is said that the child took 7 steps upon the earth and declared that this would be his last birth. The world was said to have been bathed in light, and joy spread across the land. People felt that something extraordinary had happened, as if nature itself rejoiced at the arrival of this blessed child. From a young age, Siddhartha showed signs of kindness and deep thoughtfulness. While other children played roughly, he often showed care for animals and people around him. Once, during a festival, Siddhartha saw a farmer plowing the field. He noticed the suffering of the oxen, the worms turned up by the plow, and the labor of the farmer himself. His heart was moved by compassion, and he sat under a tree, lost in meditation. Even as a boy, he was drawn to understanding suffering, not ignoring it, but feeling it deeply within himself. When Siddhartha was still a child, the king invited wise men to see his future. They all agreed he was no ordinary boy. They said he would either become a great ruler or a holy man who would renounce the world. The king, wanting his son to rule, shielded Siddhartha from sadness, sickness, and old age. He surrounded him with luxury and beauty, hoping Siddhartha would never think of leaving. Yet destiny cannot be hidden forever. In the heart of Siddhartha, there was a deep longing to understand life beyond the palace walls. As Siddhartha grew older, he began to explore the world outside the palace. On his journeys, he encountered 4 sights that would change his life forever. First, he saw an old man, frail and bent. Then he saw a sick man suffering in pain. Next, he saw a dead man being carried to his funeral. Finally, he saw a holy monk, serene and peaceful despite having nothing. These sights revealed to Siddhartha the truth of life. That suffering, sickness, and death are part of existence, yet peace can be found through wisdom and compassion. Disturbed by the suffering he had witnessed, Siddhartha realized he could not remain in luxury while the world was filled with pain. One night, while everyone slept, he quietly kissed his wife and newborn son goodbye. With a heavy heart but a clear purpose, he left the palace on horseback and entered the forest. This moment is known as the Great Departure. Siddhartha was not running away but searching for answers. He sought a way to overcome suffering, not just for himself but for all beings. His journey toward enlightenment had begun. Siddhartha spent years studying with wise teachers and practicing strict meditation. He tried fasting, enduring hardship, and pushing his body to extremes. Yet he realized that starving himself did not bring wisdom. True understanding could not come from luxury or extreme suffering. One day, he accepted a bowl of rice from a kind village girl. With new strength, he sat beneath a Bodhi tree, vowing not to rise until he had found the truth. In deep meditation, he faced doubts and fears. But with calmness, he remained steady, seeking the path to enlightenment. As Siddhartha meditated beneath the Bodhi tree, he gained deep insight into the nature of life. He saw that suffering comes from desire and ignorance, and that freedom arises from letting go and cultivating compassion. When dawn broke, Siddhartha achieved enlightenment. He became the Buddha, the awakened one. He did not claim to be a god but a guide, showing others the path to peace. His message was simple yet profound. Live with kindness, avoid harming others, and train the mind to see clearly. With this, the Buddha began to share his teachings with the world. The Buddha's message spread across lands and centuries. At its heart was kindness, kindness to oneself, kindness to others, kindness to all living beings. He taught that anger can be overcome with love, and ignorance can be transformed with wisdom. He reminded us that true wealth is not in possessions but in a peaceful heart. Even today, his gentle words echo, "Hatred is never ended by hatred, but only by love." May we carry this message forward in our daily lives. Let us honor the Buddha by living with compassion and sharing kindness with the world.